3 holes on our face. This one, and this one.
That's
I think
the
you said
right
the
way to start off, right?
Yep.
Well, welcome
There
back
it
to the
is.
Bonsai Movie Crew, where we discuss a new movie every week, and apparently how many holes Madison has in her face. Because she's got
new holes.
She's got 2 new holes this week. So, whatever. I'm a very easygoing dad, I guess.
Man,
Anyway.
she earned it.
She
I
earned
got a
it.
third one.
She's a
where
good kid.
The nose ring is.
For now. This is the first step to being a bad kid, though. That's true. We had a lot of holes in our faces in high school. Anyway.
I was a good kid.
Huh?
I was a good kid.
We were okay.
I was a good kid.
We were okay.
I was a good kid.
We were doing okay.
Quit lying.
I was fine.
Quit
I was a
lying
good
to
kid.
yourself.
I was a great kid.
I grew up with you. I know better.
She really was a good kid.
See?
So were you, though, Eric. We were all good kids. We weren't getting in trouble.
Yeah, we didn't
So,
get,
nose
the cops
rings
called
make
on
you
us or
better.
anything like
We're
that.
a bunch of losers now that just do a podcast together.
Like
That's how loserish we are. We're like boring. We're just like, yeah, we do a movie
We
podcast.
used to be cool.
like
but-
100 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Getting
don't
old
forget
sucks.
to check out our TikTok, our Twitter, Facebook, and our YouTube, of course, because it's probably where you're watching us. And also our Rumble. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Leave us some comments and stuff, because that's cool. We like that. And make sure you rate us on Spotify if you have us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever, man. Sorry, I just... Oh, it's been a long, hot day.
It's terrible.
Anyway, don't forget to do all that shit. And if you want to email us at thebonsaimovieCrew@gmail.com,
It's cold
do
out
that. Do that, man, because we're still waiting on... Let's get some phone numbers. I want a phone number. I want to prank call one of you fuckers.
here. I can probably get you a phone number.
No, because I think that's against the law. If they willingly give us our
Yeah,
phone
if they
number.
willingly, or
Yeah.
well, we also
that's
said
okay.
give us one of your friends' numbers too. That's not
I got a few
kind of the
friends.
same boat.
I can call them.
You have friends? I don't have any friends.
Thanks.
Dick. Fuck it, I'm out.
Oh, we're not friends?
That's just
Fuck.
hurtful.
Oh, you guys are my friends? I thought I was just your friend. I didn't know.
Dude.
One-way street.
Isn't that how that's how some friendships work? I'm sorry.
That's true. But no, I thought
Some people are assholes like that. They don't want to be your friend, but they want you to be their friend.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So as usual, like I said, we did away with news. We're going to get into a creator profile, and this week we are doing Robert Downey Jr.
That's what you went with.
What was I supposed to go with?
No. You hadn't decided last time we talked, so I wasn't
I didn't
sure.
remember what the full conversation was, so I just went ahead and fuck it.
No,
Robert
that's a
Downey
good
Jr.
one. That's a good
We're
one.
doing it because that Oppenheimer movie is coming out, or is out, I guess. And this dude's had a pretty extensive career, so I think he's worth doing.
Storied for
He's
sure.
he's very notable. Do you want to read it?
I can if you want me to.
Yeah, you can read it. I'm gonna do
Oh,
it.
excuse me.
Yeah, I'll let Karen do it. I haven't even read it.
Okay.
This is off of Fandom, or no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not off of Fandom. It's off another website. They documented it anyway. Just read it.
Wow. Quite a bit. Okay, so yeah, I can't take credit for any of this.
No, neither can I.
Robert Downey Jr. in full. Robert John Downey Jr. born April 4th,
Wait, his middle name is John.
John.
I always wondered.
Robert John Downey Jr.
John Downey. He should have just went with John Downey.
I kind of think John is a badass name.
Bob John Downey. Bob John Downey.
No, that's
That's
terrible.
That's a tongue twister.
Rob John.
Rob John.
Whoa.
John. That's a fucking porn name.
Oh.
Downey? Oh my God. Rob John Downey. Oh yeah, that's a porn name. That is
Could have had
totally.
a whole different career.
That's a whole new
He would
career right
literally all he
there.
has to do is
And
change
guys.
literally 2 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob
Rob.
John
Bob
Downey.
BJ Downey.
BJ Downey.
Bob John.
Oh yeah, Bob John Downey.
He would get
BJ Downey. Fuck
Red.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, one.
We need to
change.
get in touch with Robert Downey Jr.'s publicist.
I think he's more into this career that he got.
Fuck that, dude. He could have made a lot of money. He could have been the
make
next.
a lot of money.
He could have been the next. What's his face? Big dick dude. The fuck's his name?
Dirk Diggler.
No, not Dirk Diggler. What was the famous
Like Vietnam
dude?
flashback right
Ron
there.
Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy, yeah.
Yeah, but Ron Jeremy's like a creeper though now.
He is
Something.
now.
Yeah.
At
Oh, he
one
was a big
point,
time.
I think that Robert Downey Jr. might have been a creeper.
Maybe.
He was, in fact, a drug head.
Yeah, he was.
So, let's
well,
get into
I'm
it.
sure we're going
Sorry,
to get into
yeah.
that, yeah. So, born April 4th, 1965 in New York, American actor considered one of Hollywood's most gifted and versatile performers. Having emerged somewhat surprisingly as one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, Downey was cast as an anxious father-to-be in the road trip comedy Due Date in 2010. He took a supporting role in Iron Man director Jon Favreau's pet project Chef in 2014, before playing a lawyer defending his father, Robert Duvall, who is accused of vehicular homicide in The Judge in 2014.
That's a good movie.
I've never seen that one.
That's a good one.
He reprised the role of Tony Stark in Iron Man sequels 2010 and 2013, The Adventures in 2012, and its sequels 2015, 2018, and 2019. Captain America Civil War in 2016, Spider-Man Homecoming 2017, and in 2020 Downey starred in the family comedy Dolittle, which was based on the character created by Hugh Lofting. Downey then took a 3-year hiatus from acting in films before appearing in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer in 2023. A historical epic about physicist J. Robert...
I think with all the money that he's made, he can take as long of a break as he wants.
Oh, no shit. He could
He's
just retire now and he's
loaded.
fine.
I bet he's
I'm
worth
surprised you guys didn't
millions.
mention his previous
With all the Iron
movies,
Man
like-
movies he's
I think
made?
that's
Yeah.
further down.
Okay.
He
'Cause I'm
essentially-
just reading this
He
word for
launched
word.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading this word for word. Downey was raised in an artistic household in New York's
They got
Greenwich
rid of
Village.
And then they got rid of him. They killed him off.
Trust me, it's good for his career.
Yeah. You don't want to be.
You don't want
I'm
to be
pretty sure-
cornholed into that.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm hearing rumors that Disney's thinking about selling to Apple.
Really?
Yeah, they lost $800 million. Like in their past few movies, they've lost an ass load of money.
Well,
Yeah, between The Little Mermaid,
Quit being dickhead.
there's a couple other ones, but like the most recent movies that they put out, they've lost an ass load of money because nobody likes their fucking movies and their liberal agenda that they
That's
put in
the
every
problem.
that's
single
kind of what
movie.
I was getting ready to
Yeah,
say.
so
but
like all that is like it's tanking their company.
look at, the formula you're using.
Yeah, and
Maybe-
all of your Marvel movies are the fucking same. I'm tired of watching them. I'm like, they're all the same, dude. They're like,
It's funny.
there's nothing new about them.
It's so funny because I got a memory today that somebody had sent me, and it was when they bought Fox, I think it was.
Yeah, they bought Fox.
Fox owns Rocky Horror Picture Show. So technically, Dr. Frankenfurter's a Disney princess.
So is the queen from Aliens. She's also a Disney queen, evil queen.
They should make a movie about the weird Disney princesses. That would sell.
Okay, yeah.
I'd watch it. I would watch that.
I think they need to get off this bandwagon and like start making some real entertainment again.
Yeah.
Stop going with the woke agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it.
Literally.
Make a
anymore.
movie about Dr. Frankenfurter.
They
I'd watch
did.
that.
They just did Guardians 3,
But
dude,
not
and
like
that
a
movie was
remake.
fucking amazing because they gave James Gunn full creative control.
Yeah.
Like, do that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Give your
mean? Like,
Yeah, give the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give the artist
which they
control
do
again.
most of the time, but they're like, but we need this quippy shit and these funny jokes that aren't funny.
Yeah, but they're still adding things in that the director usually wouldn't do.
right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Give the creator creative control and back the fuck out.
Yep. Back off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Fuck you, Disney.
You hired them for a reason. Let them
Yep.
do their job.
Yeah. Downey was raised in an artistic household in New York's Greenwich Village. His father was a noted underground filmmaker who gave the 5-year-old Downey his first part. He also gave him a lot of drugs. That's not written here. I just know that. After dropping out of high school in California, Downey returned to New York City to pursue an acting career, supporting roles in several movies, including the cult hit Weird Science. I fucking love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Led to a stint on the television comedy sketch show Saturday Night Live. With his boyish looks and raffish charm, Downey then scored the lead in the romantic...
He wasn't on SNL very long.
No. Downey then scored the lead in the romantic comedy The Pickup Artist and broke out further with his visceral performance as a cocaine addict in Less Than Zero. He wasn't acting.
He was being for real.
Steady work followed, but much of it went unnoticed until Downey's appearance in the 1992 title character in Richard Attenborough's Chaplin biopic. He did
a really good job.
Yeah, he did. Which earned him numerous plaudits and an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. By this time, however, Downey had developed a substance abuse problem, and despite impressive turns in films ranging from the violent media satire Natural Born Killers to the costume drama Restoration, his frequent...
I loved him in Natural Born Killers.
Yeah. What was he? He had the first time you hear him doing an Australian accent.
Yeah, he was doing an Australian accent.
Yeah. To the costume drama Restoration, his frequent skirmishes with the law and his public struggle with drug addiction often overshadowed his on-screen successes. He reached a low point in 1999 when he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for having violated parole from an earlier arrest. In 2000, after being granted an early release, Downey was cast in his reoccurring role on the television series Ally McBeal, and he won a Golden Globe Award for his work on the show.
What are you doing?
I moved my notebook and the batteries rolled off the table.
What about the noisiest fucking... She won't hold still.
That's why she has a fidget spinner.
She attacked your poster with batteries.
Jesus Christ, sit still.
His drug problems continued.
They don't sit still.
God damn.
Next week, you're going to see her. She's going to be sitting there in a straitjacket.
I'm going to have her fucking duct taped to the chair. So here's like a bunch of ruffling and like moving shit around.
I mean,
clicking.
I say we take some of the posters down. We duct tape her.
Just tape her to the fucking wall, man.
Child right
God
there.
damn.
This is the second
Sideways.
time you guys have said that.
Well, hold still.
Dave said that. I haven't said that.
We'll put a mic up.
That's
there,
because we're
Maya.
strongly considering it.
His drug problems continued, however, and he was arrested several times.
I'm sure it'd be comfortable up there.
In 2003, Downey
Fire
seemed...
lands on me. I'm killing all three of you. Not you.
I mean,
God.
me and Joseph probably sit here and just laugh while you're trying to squirm away.
Help, it's on my face.
It's on my hole.
That's so terrible.
It's on one of my 7 holes.
In
That's what you said.
Oh my god. Can we just get through this?
No.
I'm trying. In 2003, Downey seemed to turn his life and career around, and he thrust himself into his work, appearing in 13 feature films over the next 5 years, including The Singing Detective, Good Night and Good Luck,
It's been a good day.
Scanner Darkly. Well, that was a good movie.
That was
I
a
haven't
good
seen
movie.
that in a long time.
What is?
Scanner Darkly
with Keanu Reeves.
and Zodiac. That was a good movie, too.
That movie you played it with, dude from Caddyshack.
Which one?
Yeah.
First one.
Chevy Chase?
No.
Dan Aykroyd?
No, he played in Ladybugs, too.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ronnie Dangerfield. The one who played in Ronnie Dangerfield.
Terrible looking hat. Looks good on you, though.
Looks good on you, though.
That's my favorite line in the whole movie.
He went back to school. Ronnie Dangerfield went back to school.
That's not That's not Robert Downey Jr. in that movie.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
That's his.
And
Yeah,
Back
he's
to
a-
School. I
his
just
son-
watched that movie.
His
Yeah.
son's best friend.
Yeah, it's his son's best friend.
He is.
Yeah.
Fuck, I totally forgot. Yeah, that's a bad.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
he was
you're
in that.
right.
I can't remember what it's called. Back to School.
Yeah, Back
I
to
think
School.
it's called Back to School.
Yeah, it's called
yeah.
Back to School. I just watched it. How did I forget he was in that?
BJ Downey was in Back to School.
Yeah, BJ
Yeah.
Downey was in that.
I'm just
I
gonna
do
keep
not
That's
calling-
gonna. That's
I
what
love
we're
that
gonna
his
call him
name-
from now
I
His
on.
name's
did not
BJ
want to
Downey.
see that.
BJ Downey. Good
Who's
old
BJ
BJ Downey.
Downey?
Robert
Bob
Downey.
John fucking Downey.
Yeah, we'll just keep confusing people even more by not referring to him as
Yeah.
Robert
Bob
Downey.
John Downey. Who the fuck is Bob John Downey?
I know Robert Downey Jr. That's the guy.
Bob.
BJDJ, man. That's you don't know who that is?
We just keep getting more and more confused.
BJDJ. Who the fuck is that? Bob John Downey Jr.
This just makes me think of a DJ gagging over the mic.
Yeah.
BJDJ.
BJDJ.
Who'd you book for your wedding? BJDJ. Who'd you get?
He'll suck your dick.
He pays you.
He pays you.
In 2008, Downey
With a
won.
good time.
In 2008, Downey won acclaim for his roles in 2 summer blockbusters. In Iron Man, he portrayed Tony Stark, a billionaire inventor with a superhero alter ego. And in the satiric comedy Tropic Thunder, I fucking love that movie too.
I love that movie.
He
I think it's
starred-
in the box, actually.
It better be.
I think it is.
Oh, you know the best part in that movie is when he pulls that kid off his back and the kid just like starfishes. I mean, he looks like a starfish, just like.
Still want to bet it's the one role that gave me all the respect in the world for Tom Cruise. I was like, so he would come in. He said
100%.
he would do the role. He goes, but I want fat hands for the role. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Fat hands? He's
But
like,
it worked.
It worked. It looked
100,
awesome.
It 100% sold the role.
Yeah.
And he's dancing there at the end. Like,
Yeah.
that was great. Anyway.
Just stabbing his back.
Oh, yeah. That,
remember-
he's like this.
And
And he pulls him off. And he starfishes. That's the best part. He looks like a starfish. He doesn't even move. Anyway.
Let's get back to it.
He starred as a self-important movie star who dons blackface to land the role of an African-American soldier in the Vietnam War. I'm the dude playing a dude thinks he's another dude.
I'm the dude playing the dude thinks he's another dude. He's like, what do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
He's literally like an Australian guy with blue eyes in that movie.
He still takes a lot of heat from people about playing that role.
But
you know what he says?
I mean,
I
that's
don't
the
care.
whole. Yeah, exactly, and that's the whole point.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's literally making
paid to do
fun
the
of
job.
the
Yeah.
people that do that, and people who are pissed about that are missing the point.
Yeah, they are missing the point.
Anyway, for the latter role, Downey received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
Hold on though, but for real, he literally played blackface for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But the people that are pissed
could you
off
imagine
about it
them
are
trying to
missing
do
it.
that today? Did you see a lot of the promo shit that they did between him, Jack Black, and Ben Stiller?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hilarious, dude. It was all about
You
fucking...
never go full retard.
Yeah,
Kevin Hart did whiteface.
That's okay.
that's okay though,
Why?
because white people aren't oppressed.
Okay.
He next appeared in The Soloist, portraying a journalist who befriends a homeless man, played by Jamie Foxx, who is a classically trained cellist. Downey then assumed the title role in Sherlock Holmes, a film featuring a visceral reimaging of the central character from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's detective series, and won a Golden Globe Award for his performance. A sequel...
Those movies are good, but the problem with those movies is they were off the back of their Marvel like Iron Man hype train, and it just whenever I watch, like, I love those movies, but they reminded me too much of a Marvel movie.
It was like Tony Stark playing
Sherlock Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
They were good, like, because if you focused on the story, they were good. But if you were watching Robert Downey Jr., it was just like watching Tony Stark.
Exactly. So I don't give him too much praise for that. I liked him in them and stuff, but I don't give him a lot of praise.
I like the stories though. The stories that they made with those movies were really good.
Yeah.
They kept my attention. They were entertaining. But him, it was like a rehash of the same role.
Yeah.
A sequel followed in 2011, having emerged somewhat surprisingly as one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. Oh, this is the same. Yeah, this is the same paragraph as here.
I might accidentally copied it twice
That's
or
okay.
something.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that there's nothing in here that I... Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Robert... That's,
Sorry, we got
BJ Downey Jr.
Yeah, that's BJDJ.
BJDJ.
BJ Downey Jr.
So, yeah, we got a little distracted with that one.
Yeah, we got way off topic
way
a
off
few
subject
times.
with that one. But anyway, that's your creator profile.
Yeah.
Well,
Make
and
sure
we'll
you
have a
get
new one
creator
next
or
week
porn
for you.
star.
We'll figure it. It's one of those new things. We're figuring it out as we go. So far, I think we're doing okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Oh, so far that's the longest.
Any questions, comments, concerns?
if a
Yeah,
porn
right.
star,
I do have one thing. Everybody's favorite Robert Downey Jr. movie.
Oh, shit. Weird Science.
Weird
Hands
Science.
down.
I'd have to say Back to School for me.
Back to School.
he's not the
That's
one
why I
in
was
The
thinking
Greatest
about-
Showman, right?
No,
They look similar.
that's
We need some.
Hugh Jackman.
We need some bumps from Weird Science, but I can't come up with any good ones.
I think he does a good job in Sherlock Holmes too.
He does do a good job as Sherlock Holmes.
He does.
I think that really brings
Close
out-
second would be Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
I think I've only ever seen him in Iron Man.
I think I'm going to go Tropic Thunder. Just because it's my second favorite movie, or second favorite comedy of all time.
Yeah, it's definitely
Like, I
it's,
love
it's definitely my
Tropic Thunder.
second.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
Weird Science
Tropic
is my
Thunder
second.
is going to be like
Or
is
my
my
first.
favorite of his.
Okay.
Just because he played a very, very one of those like cringy roles. You're like, oh my god, like how is he not like canceled or fucking like whenever this movie came, even whenever the movie came out. I mean, race was still a big deal. It just they didn't see like he couldn't have done it today.
But I
The
think
woke
the point
dinner.
is that when it came out,
But
people
people don't-
understood.
Yeah,
they understood.
Comedy, not.
Yeah.
Well, they
trying to
understood
be
the point that was trying to be made.
right.
And nowadays, if it's like they don't understand the point that was trying to be made, and
It's just people being.
I'm going to say him in the role of either that or Natural Born Killers.
Mm.
Because I loved him in Natural Born Killers. He wasn't in it a lot,
oh
but
man, Natural Born Killers is one of my favorite movies of all
Rodney
time.
Dangerfield's in that too.
I know, but damn, I was thinking comedies. Fuck.
It kind of is a
Okay,
comedy.
so if
It
you
is,
call
but
a porn star, a creator, does that mean they have a bunch of like mistakes, like kids?
No, they're a creator because they create
Entertainment.
Sex?
sexual entertainment.
Kids.
They create entertainment.
No, they don't create kids.
No.
They throw kids at walls
It's
Yeah.
creators. That's what.
and on
other
people's
places.
backs,
faces mostly.
faces, swallow them, all kinds of other things.
Hmm.
They put in a lot of holes that they shouldn't belong in. Anyway, let's move on.
What the hell have you been watching?
What's everybody been watching? Let's start with Karen.
Three Amigos. You brought it up, and then I said something to Jeremiah. He said he never saw it, so
He's never seen Three Amigos?
no, I had to fix that. So we watched Three Amigos. Watched the entire latest season of Always Sunny. There's only 8 episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we watched all of that. Werewolves Within. That was one that you had recommended to me. It finally came on Hulu, so I watched that.
What'd you think of that?
It was really good.
I really like it.
Yeah, that was good. The Howling. I'd never seen that.
Never seen The Howling?
I'd never seen
my
The
God.
Howling. I think I've seen a couple of the sequels, like when I was a kid, but I never seen the first one.
The first one's good. The second one's good. I've never really seen them after that.
Well, it's funny because I was like finally getting around to like framing some of my stuff, and one of them was like the D. Wallace one that I got, and I'm like, The Howling. I've never even seen this, and like I should watch it. So
Howling's
I
good.
did.
They got good. If the one thing about werewolf movies that freak me out are the transformations, and they got a really good transformation scene in that one.
They do. It's dated, but like it's so good for like its time.
The practical effects
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Um,
It's up there. It's definitely up there with the like. I mean, people wouldn't consider this, but like American Werewolf in London,
oh, that's
that
such a good
transformation
one.
scene is really good.
That's got to be top tier right
Yeah,
there.
it is. It is. It won like tons of awards.
Mhm.
But like for me,
Silver
like,
Bullet's another one that
Yeah.
in my opinion, especially, it's more.
Transformation.
It's not so much the transformation in Silver Bullet. It's after he kills him and he's turning back into
Oh,
a
yeah.
human. That is superb.
yeah,
The way
he
that
does a
they
good
did
job.
that.
I just didn't like the way the werewolf looked in that one. It looked too much like a bear.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
No, for me in Silver Bullet, it's after he kills him and he's turning back into a human. That scene is beautifully done,
Right.
my opinion.
Got the one eye.
Yeah. Robot Chicken, still watching that. Horrible Bosses 2, I'd never seen it. Hilarious.
What?
I'd never watched it.
It was all right.
I thought I did, and
First one was
then
better.
like
There's another one too. It's two.
Yeah, she said
Two.
horrible bosses
Oh,
too.
I thought you said.
no,
the first one.
I'd seen the first one and I thought I'd seen the second one, and so I thought I was rewatching it, and then I started watching. I'm like, I've never seen this.
Oh.
So yeah. You're Next.
You've never seen it?
Nope.
Dude, that is a good movie.
Dude, that's like Adult Home Alone and Clue.
Yeah.
Like mixed
Yeah, it's
together.
awesome.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Jeremiah,
I
had
can't believe
watched
you've never
it.
seen that
I'd
one.
never seen it, and
That's
it
such
was
a good
finally on something. It's been on my list, and it was finally
Mm-hmm.
on something that I had, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh, that's quality movie.
It was
watching.
really
It's
good, really, really good.
I hated the ending.
Yeah, yeah. Speak No Evil. I don't recommend that.
Is that the one with Kane? Is that the WWF one?
No, this is it's a foreign movie. I think it's Swedish, maybe
What?
Danish. I don't know.
Speak no evil.
It's this family gets invited to this other family's house.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I've never seen it. I know what you're talking about though.
I don't recommend it.
No? I heard it was good.
I have a problem with like
Was the ending a dud?
Do kids die?
no, well yeah, but it's not yeah.
No, well,
yeah,
yeah.
I forgot about the one, but okay.
I forgot about the one.
Okay,
it didn't
but
matter though.
he didn't know. Here's my problem with it. Humans have a flight or fight response, right?
Fight or flight.
And especially when it comes to your kids, what's your response?
Fight.
Fight.
absolutely right.
No question asked.
The way this movie plays out,
Fuck the kids.
there's no way. There is absolutely no way. These people just lay down and take it. And they don't even have weapons. So, no, I don't buy it for a
It
second.
just
was it
wasn't
called?
didn't seem very realistic, huh?
It pissed me off, to be honest.
Right,
Like, I'm sitting here like, are you serious?
I kind of want to watch
That's
it.
what
just
you're.
to-
Yeah, go ahead. By all
I kind of
means.
want to watch it just to be like, I see what she's talking about.
Yeah, go right ahead, watch it. And then when it gets to the end, you're gonna
Because
see.
I've thought about watching it.
Yeah, go ahead. It's on Shudder.
Like I say, I think it's on Shudder.
It's on Shudder. Go ahead and watch it. But like when it got to the end, like the whole movie was pretty entertaining. And then when like there's several scenes throughout the movie that, as an adult with children, I'm watching it going, "Are you gonna fucking leave yet?" Like
Right.
there's no
I've seen
way.
a lot of movies like that. Like, why are you still here?
Yeah, there's no fucking way I'd still be there. But for shits and giggles, let's see how this plays out. And then when it finally gets to that climax scene, like the one scene I can kind of see how that plays out the way it did. But then like the final scene, fuck no. Fuck no. It's not going to play out like that. And it wouldn't play out like that for me, I promise you.
Eric should have to pee in about 5 minutes.
There is no way.
I'll just.
A movie called Jamie Marks is Dead had Ian from Shameless. It's
love
on
him.
Shudder.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah. It was
I
okay.
think I've heard of that one.
It was okay.
Doesn't
it
he also
newer?
play as the Joker in Gotham?
Yeah.
It's about a guy that or Ian plays a guy that they find a dead body, or this girl finds a dead body, and it was like a kid that nobody liked. He was kind of a nerd or whatever, and like so they're trying to figure out like who killed him. But then he and the girl start seeing his ghost, and
I vaguely think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, it does not play out the way you think it will. So
Is it good?
yeah, there's some scenes that like legit, like there was one scene that I was like, oh fuck,
What was it called?
Jamie Marks is dead. It does not end the way you think it will, though. It won't. I promise you.
I like movies like that, though. I like it when they throw you for a loop.
It's not throwing you for a loop, though. Like in the way that, like it's not scary. Like there's a couple
No, I know. I'm saying, like, I think that it's good whenever it, like, subverts expectation. Like, listen, this is what you think is going to happen.
It's more dramatic than
Yeah.
it is scary or.
Right. No, that's fine. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah. The Exorcist 3 was the Joe Bob movie. And I See You. Watched that last night. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend that one.
What is it?
I See You.
Oh, is that the one with Helen Hunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking amazing.
I heard it was really good.
I cannot stress
I just
how...
I don't know about Helen Hunt's face anymore.
Dude, I thought the same thing, but like it doesn't look like she's had work done. It just looks
It's
like
not
she's
her-
really,
she's
really skinny.
She's really skinny, and she looks really just... She isn't aging well. She just looks alienish.
Yeah, it looks like she's really just too skinny.
Like back in the
she needs to
day,
put
like
some-
she used to be attractive. Like,
I think she needs to put some meat on her bones.
yeah,
honestly.
like she's disgusting now. I would say that's terrible to say, but she just looks odd to me now.
She just needs to put some meat on her bones. I think.
I think so too. I think you're right. I think she needs.
Joseph.
Huh? I know. I'm like, she looks like a fucking like an Ethiopian alien. I guess.
Yeah, she just needs to put some meat on her bones.
Shit's
But
weird.
that movie is one of those movies that like you can't figure it out, right? Like I figured out like one or two things, but the big twists, I'll be the first to say I didn't catch it,
Okay.
and I should have. Looking back on it, I should have. So maybe I'm losing my touch. I don't know,
Maybe.
but like I was watching it, and
But
like
it's good though because you're so used to twists that if they can get one over on you, like good for you.
that's why I can't
You know?
recommend it enough because
So-
like I watched it and like it got to like the like reveal, and I was like, nuh-uh.
One of the first movies that I remember watching, and this is whenever it first came out, that where twists were starting to become a big thing, was Secret Window. I'd never read the
Oh,
book, I
yeah,
didn't know
that was-
anything about it.
I read
so
the
by
book,
the end, before
yeah.
the end, I was like, he's him. Everyone's like, no, dude, that ain't what's happening. Like, no, seriously, he's him. That's what's going on here. It's the old switcheroo thing, and he's the fucking, he's a nuts, and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, man, like, yeah, seriously, dude, like, it's getting big, that's what it is. And sure enough, by the end.
Yeah.
Like, how'd you know? Like, it's just what it is, dude. Like, I could read it. Like, that was just...
Well, it's funny because this one has like 20 twists in it, and it just keeps switching, and you're just like, not enough that you get like whiplash or anything.
I say I don't
It's
want
just-
too much.
No, it's not. It's not like a whiplash movie. It's just
What's
one
a
of those.
twist? But here's another twist. Another twist.
No, it's more like it starts out one way, and then it goes, okay, but this is how that happened, and we're gonna show you this now. And so then you see the other part of it, and you're like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. But
Speaking
then-
of Robot Chicken,
Yeah.
that should be one of our bumps. Is the M. Night Shyamalan skit where
it's a twist.
it's a twist.
Yeah.
What's a twist?
Yeah, that's a twist. It's the twist in the twist. Yeah. But yeah, I can't recommend that one enough. Everyone should watch that. And that's the last thing I watched last night.
Well, she watched enough for everybody, so let's move on. Eric, what'd you watch, man?
I didn't watch much at all. I literally got like one written down. Daybreakers.
I haven't seen that in a long
I
time.
haven't seen that one in a long time. That's the one with Ethan Hawke, right?
Yep.
And Willem Dafoe. Yeah, that's actually a good movie.
It is.
It is.
It's very underrated.
Yeah.
It is.
So that's one of those movies that I'm like, at the time I was reading a lot of comics, and one of the comics I was reading was about a world that was taken over by vampires, and humans were subject to move underground, and it was just crazy. And it's a lot darker than Daybreakers, but whenever Daybreakers came out, I'm like, I'm literally reading this comic. Like this comic book this movie reminds me of a comic book I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
So it was just weird. But anyway,
Isn't the Daybreakers comic kind of dark? Like darker than the movie was?
I don't know if there is a comic for Daybreakers.
there isn't?
You might be thinking
There
of
isn't
30
there?
Days a Night. 30 Days a Night was
Maybe.
a comic book.
I'm not real good at my vampire comics. I thought Daybreakers was a comic.
I don't know. You might have been, but I'm pretty sure. But I know that like 30 Days a Night was a comic first.
Yeah, I know 30
Actually,
Days a Night was a
Yeah,
comic.
because that's one of my all-time favorite like vampire movies. I absolutely love 30 Days a Night. Mm-hmm. I love Josh Hartnett though, so
Yeah. I do too. I wish he did more stuff.
I think he's getting back into it.
Is he?
He's got something coming out here with
I always liked the way he talked.
yeah. He's a very good actor. He's also a very classical actor. Like he does roles that he feels like he stepped away from acting because he was tired of the Hollywood machine. So he was just like, yeah, I'm stepping away
Well, and
from
he was
this
getting
because-
forced into, certain roles that, he...
Like, did you know that, like, I could think him and Harrison Ford, they didn't get along.
Yeah.
Because they did that movie together about the cops or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, but yeah, I don't think that they got along. And, like, he was just, I don't know. I really like him. One of my favorite movies from him is actually not a well-known movie. It's called Wicker Park. And it's actually a love movie, which is odd for me. But I love the movie because the main soundtrack, the main score to the movie is by a band named Mogwai. And they're an instrumental band, and they're fucking amazing. So whenever I watched the movie and I heard their songs, it's like, holy fuck. I'm like, that's Mogwai, dude.
Works
and
with
it worked so well with the movie, too. I knew of Mogwai before the movie, so, like, whenever I heard them in the movie, I was like, dude, this plays so well with this movie.
Worked out.
So it worked out. Same with, like, Man on Fire. One of the main reasons why I
Man on
love that
Fire.
movie is because of the Nine Inch Nails song, The Mark Has Been Made. It's actually off their Fragile album, and it's the main score to the movie, and it sounds amazing, and it works so well, and I love that album. It's like, the Fragile is my all-time favorite album of forever, always.
Yeah.
Like, that will always be my favorite album.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry I got off subject, Madison. What have you been watching?
I watched Home today. Not today, yesterday. I don't know, sometime over the weekend I watched Home. You know what that movie is, right? The kids movie?
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it.
It has sad music, but I like the music that's in it. It fits well, too.
I just like the part where they're in the car, and she's playing her music, but he wants to play his music, and it's just noise.
Yeah.
He's just like, what is that? He's like dancing to it, and it's just like some really loud, obnoxious noise. So it's just funny. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, that's probably what our parents heard whenever they heard our music.
Yeah.
And then I watched Babysitter, The Babysitter with Amelia and Ada.
On Netflix? Yeah, it's a good movie.
That's a good.
I
movie.
do. I think I've watched that movie every time Carolina and
Did
Bo
you watch
ever
the second
take them out
one?
of my mom's. I've
Second one's
seen
pretty
it.
good.
Second one's pretty
I've
good.
seen it, yeah. I was like, Amelia, do you want to watch Home?
That one's got Jenna Ortega in it.
Yeah, I was like, do you want to watch Home or the second Babysitter? She was like, Home. We only got an hour into it. I just finished it the next day.
Yeah, I
'Cause
like
didn't
those
want it on
movies.
my
I also like that
continue watching
Samara
on
Weaving
Netflix.
or whatever. I really like her. I thought she was gonna blow up a lot more than she did. Like she had this like
I think
huge.
she's pretty happy with being a toned down.
Well, she like had this huge like movie insurgence of like she did Ready or Not, and then she did a couple other movies. She did the Babysitter movie.
She was in Mayhem too, wasn't she?
The blondie?
Yeah, she was in Mayhem. Yeah, the blonde lady, the girl. But she was in a few different movies, and I was like, oh wow, she's really blowing up. And then just you heard nothing out of her. I was like, okay. And then like she had like a small role in the new Scream movie at the beginning, and that was it.
Oh, you're talking about the actual babysitter.
Yeah,
I thought you were
yeah.
talking about his psycho girlfriend.
No, I'm talking about the babysitter.
Yeah, she's hot. She's like really hot.
Yeah.
I used to confuse her with
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Probably.
Yeah. She said she gets confused with Margot Robbie and somebody else a lot. I don't remember who the other one was.
I don't know who the other one could be. She looks just like Margot Robbie.
And I was like, you look just like you can see the difference in them, but like
Yeah, they have to be right next to each other for you to see it,
yeah.
though.
I think I've
So
only watched one babysitter movie, and that's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh,
such
no,
a
you
good-
need to watch The Babysitters on Netflix,
on
and the
Netflix.
second
It's
one.
a horror
They're very
comedy.
good. They're horror comedies. Very good.
pretty good.
Like high on the comedy though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I like that they brought everybody from the first one back to the second one.
Especially the black guy.
Yeah, the black guy was awesome. The boyfriend was awesome too, though. I thought he was like he's such a douche in such a great way. Like he was so entertaining.
The
He's like, you
kid.
seriously just gonna let him egg your house like that? Get out there, like in the middle of what?
The kid was in that movie Summer of '84.
Yeah, that's a good movie too, though.
It is a good movie.
Summer '84. That one's another one that like at the end you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was a really good one.
So
I think he was in that I See You movie. I think he played the kid in that too. I think. If not, the kid looked an awful lot like him. Anyway.
is that it?
Yeah.
All right. I watched. So I started a new documentary called Muscles and Mayhem. It's the unofficial American Gladiators documentary. Dude, it's pretty.
I've heard of that.
It's pretty good though. I'm like, because I loved American Gladiators growing up. So like, it's one of those shows that I'm like, why did they cancel this? This is amazing. This could have rivaled pro wrestling like all the way because it was just fun, entertaining shit.
Ha, I was right. It's the same kid.
Same kid.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sorry, I had to look it up. It was bugging me.
I'm about 3 episodes into that. I've been trying to get through more of It's Always Sunny. I've been watching the new season of Rick and Morty still here and there. What else did I watch? What else have I watched?
No, I used to watch that American Gladiator, and then I'd go to like Guts on Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of like a kid's version of American Gladiator back then.
Either that or Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah, I
too.
like that one too.
Also, we watched the new Flash movie. That's actually really good. It was really good.
I'm sure it is like that. What's his name? Fuck.
Ezra Miller or whatever.
Ezra Miller is a great actor.
yeah,
He's
he
a
did
great actor.
He was very funny.
He's not a
and-
good person.
Yeah,
he's
but
not a good
that's
person.
the whole time I'm watching.
That's the problem.
movie.
Like Kevin Spacey, great actor, not a good person.
That's the whole time I'm watching the movie. That's all I can think of too. Like I can't believe the dumb shit that he's done. Like
That's the problem. Is that like it taints the movie.
it does, yeah. Like having bringing back what's his face, Michael Keaton as Batman and stuff was cool. It wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be,
Oh man.
but it was still cool. It was still cool. Also, the girl who played Kara, the
She was hot.
Superwoman, she was pretty awesome too. I really liked her. She was pretty hot. Like General Zod's back in it. There's a bunch of like cameos and shit throughout the movie. The fucking dude, the ending killed me. I don't know if you guys care. Do you care? Can I spoil it? It's
I
like a
don't want you
funny like cameo.
to. I don't want you to.
No, okay, I won't say it then. I just come tell me next week after you guys watch it. Because
There's so many people
I
out there
might
that maybe
make
don't want
wait
you
a little
to
bit
either.
longer.
no. At the end cameo, at the end of the movie, you guys are gonna laugh your asses off. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just funny. Madison don't like. She knows what I'm talking about, but she's like, I don't know why it's so funny.
It'll be
But
funny
you guys will know
Friday.
why it's funny.
Okay. I'm down.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna come in next week and say, "Don't tell me."
don't tell me. Gonna wait a whole other week.
Making it wait again.
I don't think I. What else did we? I watched. I thought
I'm
I
gonna
watched
text
something
the group
else.
chat.
I swore I watched something else with Crystal. Maybe I'm wrong. What movies did I just give you guys?
The Flash, the American Gladiators documentary.
No, I said what movies did I give you?
Oh, Blackening, Flash.
Yeah, you already knew about that.
Guardians.
Guardians.
You already knew about that.
God, there was another one. I feel like there was
Maybe.
4. You get maybe only 3.
I don't know. Anyway, I gave you Nefarious, but
Nefarious. That
I
was the
haven't
other
watched
one.
that one yet. Maybe that's it. I don't remember. All right, fuck it. That's all I watched.
Yeah.
I'll remember later.
In the middle of talking
Yeah,
about
like,
the movie. Oh yeah, and this.
This came up.
Yeah.
By the way.
All right. Anyway.
Justin.
Oh boy. All right. Let's get into our movie that we watched this week.
Let's talk about the movie.
Did anybody watch this before?
I did. I've seen.
You've seen it before?
yeah.
Okay.
I have.
I have not.
So
your
this
first
week
one?
we watched Ex
first?
Machina from 2014. Do you have the plot synopsis or?
I do.
Okay, because I didn't do all that.
Caleb, a coder at the world's largest internet company, wins a competition to spend a week at a private mountain retreat belonging to Nathan, the reclusive CEO of the company. But when Caleb arrives at the remote location, he finds that he will have to participate in a strange and fascinating experiment in which he must interact with the world's first true artificial intelligence housed in the body of a beautiful robot girl. 1 hour and 48 minutes, rated R, starring Dom Honnell. I don't know how you say it.
I never knew how to say his fucking name.
Gleason, Caleb, Alicia Vikander, Ava, Oscar Isaac as Nathan, and Sonoya as Kyoko. Sonoya Mizuno. I don't know. I don't
That
know how you
hot
say it.
chick.
Kyoko, yep. And, yeah, a bunch of other people that weren't in it for more than 5 seconds.
All right, so let's go around the table here. Would you watch and would you recommend? Eric?
I'd watch and recommend.
Madison?
I'd watch and recommend. If I knew the right person, I would want to watch it.
Right. Karen?
I'd watch and I'd recommend. I'm on the fence about a few things, though.
Me too, yeah. I would watch. I would give a light recommend because, like Madison said, it's one of those things.
Yeah, it's
they're
who
like,
I'm going to talk to because I'm on the fence about a few
Yeah,
things.
exactly. It depends on what you're into. Like,
Yeah.
if you're into movies like that, like, I would refer this movie to, I don't know, I wouldn't even recommend it to my mom because it's not something that she would get into, but, like, someone who's just into good movie watching, like, good commentary, I guess. Social commentary at that.
Somebody that I would want to talk to about it.
Right,
That
because
I'd
there's
want
a
to
lot of
have
things.
discussion.
With this movie, there's a lot of things under the surface. So, like, if you can't read that movie on that sort of, like, level, then you're not going to get it, and you're not going to be able to have a conversation about it.
Oh, good.
So.
No, I'm glad that we're going to have conversations because I got a lot of questions.
I got a lot of questions, too.
Good.
Anyway, so that's somewhat of a recommend. From here, we're going to get into a lot of spoilers because we're going to read the whole movie off. And if you don't want that, then you need to go watch the movie and then come back to us. Or don't. It's up to you if you don't want to watch the movie at all.
If you'd rather just hear us read
listen
it.
to us, you might be better off that way.
Maybe next week we'll do it interpretive dance.
Interpretive dance.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
We'll have Madison do it while we read it.
I'll do the Squidward dance.
We need to set up.
That'd be
We need to set up a
hilarious.
stage. We need to set up a stage back there with like some kind of improv thing where she can just interpret it and just have a camera on her the
I
whole
would
time.
die.
He was swimming
Different costumes.
in the seas.
Costume changes and
Yeah,
everything.
costume stage. Yeah.
Oh god.
She was sleeping pleasantly.
She was very.
Oh, that's good.
Oh boy.
I would watch that.
Oh, totally. Why? I'd be so distracted that I would.
I know you wouldn't even you wouldn't
You
be
would.
able
There
to
would have
read.
to be a curtain up between us and them.
you would,
All you'd
wouldn't
hear
be
is
able-
just moving going on.
you wouldn't even be able to read it. You'd be like, what are they doing?
Yeah, you just hear movement back to like. You're just like, Madison, you kick my damn picture over. Fix my picture, man.
I didn't mean to.
It was her interpretive dance. She got excited.
Picture went down and go boom.
It just went down a little bit.
What'd you knock over now?
She fucked it all up.
All right, get back in your seat.
For the duration of the ride.
Anyway, heavy spoilers. Here we go.
Are you happy or are you gonna fuck me up?
You got the right one.
She did. She did too. She knows which one it is. She's like, because that's the one that I know Dad feels the most about me.
You happy you're gonna fuck me up?
Yeah.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo! I'm surrounded by assholes.
Anyway.
Ooh, okay.
All right, so Caleb Smith, a programmer at... Oh, sorry. This is Ex Machina 2014. It's Caleb Smith, a programmer at the search engine company Blue Book, wins an office contest for a one-week visit to the luxurious, isolated home of the CEO, Nathan Bateman. What a cool name.
I didn't know he had a last name.
I didn't either. Nathan lives there with an unspeaking servant named Kyoko, who, according to Nathan, does not understand English. Nathan reveals that he has built a humanoid robot named Ava with artificial intelligence. Ava has already passed a simple Turing test, and Nathan wants Caleb to judge whether Ava is genuinely capable of thought and consciousness, and whether he can relate to Ava despite knowing she is artificial. What?
Oh boy, she passed.
Oh yeah, she passed all right. She was a very seductive little robot.
So Oscar Isaac gave me huge David Krumholtz vibes in this movie.
Yeah, so Oscar Isaac's definitely the best part of this whole movie.
Sure, but like as soon as he came on screen, I'm like, is that Oscar? That doesn't look like Isaac. He totally looks like David Krumholtz in this movie, and he sounds like him. He looks like him. He moves like him.
Who is it?
David Krumholtz.
Who's that?
I can't think of it. Addams Family 2. Wednesday's boyfriend.
Okay, yeah. What else was he? He was in Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Adult David Krumholtz, obviously.
Which
But
one was
yes,
that?
him. The rich guy. The guy who made her.
Nathan?
Yeah.
Gotcha. That was him?
No.
No, that's who he looked like.
That's
That's
who
who he gave me
Might
huge
have,
David Krumholtz vibes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I'm saying his last name right. Krumholtz?
No.
Whatever.
Anyway, Ava has a robotic body with the physical form and face of a woman and is confined to her apartment. During their talks, Caleb grows close to her and she expresses a desire to experience the world outside and a romantic interest in him, with which Caleb comes to return. She can trigger power outages that temporarily shut down the surveillance system that Nathan uses to monitor their interactions, allowing them to speak privately. The outages also trigger the building's security system, locking all the doors. During one outage, Ava tells Caleb that Nathan is a liar who cannot be trusted. Caleb grows uncomfortable with Nathan's narcissism, excessive drinking, and crude behavior towards Kyoko and Ava. He learns that Nathan intends to upgrade Ava after Caleb's test killing, in quotation, her current personality in the process. After encouraging Nathan to drink until he passes out, Caleb steals his security card to access his room and computer. He alters some of Nathan's code and discovers footage of Nathan interacting with previous android models with the appearances of women who were held captive. I don't know how you hold something you created captive.
I was gonna say I don't like that they wrote women on there. They're AI.
They are. So there's some things about this that I want to discuss. Kyoko reveals
They shouldn't have wrote women. They should have wrote robots or AI
right. I understand.
or
I mean,
something.
I understand that they're supposed to be depicted as women, though. But still,
Yeah, I guess the
They're
underlying.
trying to throw emotions into the plot.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly. Kyoko reveals to him that she is also an android by peeling off her skin, like we didn't know that to begin with.
Oh shit.
Later, Caleb
didn't.
examines himself and cuts open his
I had a
own
feeling.
arm to determine if he himself is an android.
I'm a little dull.
What?
I'm a little dull. I didn't even think about her being an android. I just thought she was there.
I knew that the first time I watched it. I was like, yeah, she's definitely an android. At their next meeting, Ava cuts the power. Caleb explains that or what Nathan is going to do to her, and Ava begs him for help. Caleb informs her of his plan. He will get Nathan drunk again and reprogram the security system to open the doors in a power failure instead of locking them. When Ava cuts the power, she and Caleb will leave together. Ava later encounters Kyoko for the first time when Kyoko enters her room. Nathan reveals to Caleb that he observed Caleb and Ava's secret conversation with a battery-powered security camera. He says Ava has only pretended to have feelings for Caleb, who was deliberately selected for his emotional profile, so he would help her escape. Nathan says this was the real test all along. And by manipulating Caleb successfully, Ava has demonstrated true consciousness. When Ava cuts the power, Caleb reveals that he suspected Nathan was watching him, so he modified the security system when Nathan was previously passed out. After seeing Ava leave her confinement and converse with Kyoko, Nathan knocks Caleb unconscious and rushes to stop them. Dude, the way he punches him in the face, he just drops him.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, bam, right in the mouth or right in the face, and he's just like, boop, drops him like a sack of potatoes. I was like, dude, I like Nathan. He's a douche, but I like him. Like, he just dropped that guy. Like, you don't even know what you did. Like, I don't know. I've got some qualms.
Unfortunately, he turns out to be the only one in the movie right.
Exactly, right, yeah. And I've got some qualms about this, like some things that I'm like, which we'll get to once I got one more
I can't
paragraph.
wait. Let's keep
I got
going.
one more paragraph. Ava attacks Nathan, but is overpowered and damaged before Kyoko and then Ava both stab and kill Nathan. In the process, Nathan disables Kyoko. Ava repairs herself with parts from earlier androids, using their artificial skin to take on the full appearance of a woman. She ignores Caleb, who is permanently trapped inside a room as the security system restarts and leaves the facility. Ava escapes to the outside world in the helicopter meant to take Caleb home. Arriving in an unidentified city, she blends into a crowd of people. Which was a great ending, honestly.
Yeah.
So I've got a few things about this. For one, I don't know who in their right mind goes to a facility, right? Says, okay, so you have to know that the android would try to manipulate you. That's the point of artificial intelligence. Like, you want them to be as human as possible. And I don't know how he wouldn't have thought, I should probably listen to the person that created this android because they would know best. He might be a douche and he might be a drunk, but he knows better than I do about what he created. Why wouldn't I listen to him?
But, counterpoint, everything is pointing towards Nathan being crazy. He's been in isolation. The only person he's had to talk to is Kyoko, which up until this point you think, technically, as the audience, you pretty much have figured out. Yeah, he has no company. He's in isolation, right? The only person he's had to talk to is Ava, right? Up until this point, you think he's crazy. So then, and Nathan even says this, you're the only other human besides me. Technically, I'm her father. Of course she'd develop feelings for you. All of these things are logical.
Not to mention... sorry.
Go ahead.
He said that the workers that came and worked on his stuff, if they came back, he'd have to have them all killed.
No, he said he did kill them.
Oh.
I wrote that down too. I said that's a red flag. Which one was that? Red flag number 3 for me.
Yeah. If he said that to me, I'd think he's crazy too. Like, no, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying.
you're not.
Everything up until this point points to Nathan being crazy. Mm-hmm. And it would make sense that Ava would develop feelings for him.
Right.
I mean, up until this point, that everything that Caleb is learning or seeing, it would point him in that direction.
Right, I gotcha.
So there's nothing to blame Caleb for what happens.
I understand that the whole test all along was to see if she could manipulate Caleb, and that Nathan took a certain profile, everything,
and he played a certain part.
He played a certain part, exactly. And he also even said, did you base her looks off of my porn profile? And I'm just like, dude, that is smart as fuck. Like, yeah, why would? Of course he did. Mm-hmm. So, Which, if that's what's in his porn profile, dude, he doesn't like. He likes some plain Jane girls, I guess. But
look at him. He's plain Jane.
yeah.
Plain
But anyway, I just think that there's some things.
He
in
looks like a blonde Ezra Miller. Caleb does, in my opinion.
He's actually a redhead, but
Well, in the movie, like the way the lights hit, and all that stuff, he looks blonde.
He looks like
Little
a
bit, yeah.
strong strawberry blonde.
Only when they were upstairs. When they were downstairs.
why are we
it was always
discussing this?
blonde. Yeah. I'm just saying he looked like Ezra Miller to me. His
A little
face.
bit.
His face totally
Yeah.
looked like Ezra.
But I don't know, man. There's some things about this, but like, I know that. I don't know. There's a lot of things like them calling them women. I get that they're AI.
Yeah, my guy's.
They want to
destined be a
humanize
virgin
them
for the
a
rest of
lot.
his
I
life.
understand that. Also, he's definitely banging all these robots,
Yeah, no doubt.
like 100%.
And what's the gross part about that is he's like, yeah, I'm their father. I'm her father. And it's like, dude, that's disgusting.
I didn't think of it like
yeah,
that.
I don't think he ever banged Ava.
No, but I mean, think about it. He created all the robots, so technically
Right.
he was their father.
I mean,
That's
I
pretty
asked
fucking
Madison
nasty.
this the last night. If you could, if you could have a significant other that was a robot, would you do that?
No.
No. What about you? No. I said I would.
He's so dude.
Yeah, because you can program them to do whatever.
Exactly.
No, because then that's just me
They don't-
creating something that is perfect, and I don't want that. I want a little bit of opposition. I want a little bit of.
Not me.
I don't. Want,
I don't like to argue.
No, I want somebody that's gonna be their own. I don't want somebody that's just always gonna be what I want them to be, because I don't know what I want them to be. How do you create the perfect person for yourself? How do you know what you want? Because I don't.
Only with a sexier body, like me, only a female. Yep.
I mean, I guess, but like I couldn't even begin to program the perfect person for me, because
I know it'd be complicated. There'd be some tweaks along the way. But let's face it, if they ever get on yours, you can just shut them off. Like, just
mute.
mute. You know, that old saying, like, oh, I wish you had a mute button.
But
They really do.
true AI is always learning, right? So eventually they could be like, I don't like you anymore. Fucking leave your ass.
You're a dick.
You know?
You're a dick.
So see, it doesn't work either way, really.
I guess, maybe.
Unless you get like the hardware model that doesn't learn, and then you get really pissed off because eventually there'd be things that they can't do because they can't learn.
True, I guess. Anyway.
Sorry. Don't- I didn't like the place because it didn't have windows.
Well, he explained that, though.
I know,
too.
but I didn't like that. I would be so claustrophobic. I'd have to sleep on the couch.
I probably would, too. I would, like, okay,
And the
so
fact that everything
his
locks
living
down.
area is fucking baller, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's got that, like, side of the cliff in it and
Yes,
stuff.
I love the house except for the bedrooms. No, thank you.
Right, I don't dig the bedrooms.
Like the power goes out, you're trapped in there. Like
Yeah, that
if
was
you're
that was
trapped
red
in a
flag.
room-
That was red flag
I didn't
number
understand that anyway. I get that he doesn't want his robot to get out or whatever, but, like,
Why
you
do
can't
that to all the
what if something were to happen?
two. Absolutely, that's
Then
what.
you're
That's
fucking
exactly what
screwed.
happened. That was red flag number 2 for me. Bedroom locks down and power's off. Mm-mm.
How are
Right.
you
Nope.
supposed to go and turn the power back on if you're trapped in a bedroom?
Well,
So
Nathan had like all the
I will
controls
say
in
that
his
one thing that I
bedroom.
loved about this movie, though, is the overall vibe of the movie.
Yeah.
I like the sense of, like,
I think I put
sort
that.
of dread, but
The
also the
atmosphere.
music, the atmosphere, yeah.
Great atmosphere.
And the music kind of adds to that. So I really dig that. I really like that. That's probably my favorite part
It's
of the
visually
movie.
stunning too.
That,
It's
oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I agree. Like, Ava looks good. Like, the
The
CGI.
AI,
Yeah, that all looked really awesome.
Mhm.
I love the orbs that he pulls out that are essentially their brains.
I love that. I wrote that down
Those
too.
are so cool.
The brain was so cool because it was like made of gel.
It's like
It
a
looked
gel.
like
So it was like
jelly
a
bean.
fluid, more like a human brain. You know, like
Right.
if they were really going to make an AI, right?
Why wouldn't they? Yeah.
That would be what I would imagine the brain would have to be. It would have to be something more close to like a human brain.
And
where
something
it's
something
fluid
complex, something complex like the
And,
human
yes,
brain.
it would have to be like fluid and
Yeah.
gel
It
and
looked
like
like a jelly bean.
yeah, kind of with like a
Also,
like a galaxy in it.
so I liked the older models thing, and I liked that they went back on the past of, like, he was going through that footage and stuff of him and the older models and stuff like that. And I'm like, see, that explains
I did-
more of his personality.
See, go ahead.
Oh, I did not expect there to be a bunch of sex dolls in his closet.
Where would you keep them?
in the trash if they're that broken. Jesus.
I don't think they were.
Maybe he likes to get rough. I mean,
No, that one was missing some legs. I don't know what happened
you don't
there.
need legs.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Like,
Turn it down.
ice cream. When
Time to build a new one.
when Nathan, this was the part that, like, I guess to me, if I was Caleb, and I guess again I think differently, I guess, but when Caleb said something about God, and he misinterpreted his comment as him calling Nathan God.
And then he didn't even correct him.
And he gave him a look, but he just let him keep talking. And I realized that was just like the first of like one of their first reactions. But my boss misinterpreting my comment as me calling them God, I'm going to be like,
No,
that's not what I said at all.
That's not what I said.
That's what
Can
he
we-
said too. He was like, I didn't say that, and he just kept talking.
Yeah, but like I would have to go back to that because like you're not God, and you misinterpreting me.
I did like what he said though out in the gazebo
yeah.
or there outside.
Yeah,
It
the
was-
Oppenheimer.
And he said
Yeah.
what he said was he goes, well, what I don't know what he said exactly, but he essentially what it came down to. He goes, well, and at some point
We're gonna be
we're going to be the
extinct.
fossils.
Yeah.
We're going to be the fossils found out in the desert by archaeologists. That's going to be us.
Mm-hmm.
How are we like? So the way, like he essentially was
And I
trying to
think that's
explain
the
it.
only true thing he ever
Yeah,
said.
and
to
that was the way he explained it. Was like that is so fucking true because if they are evolution, that's what we would be to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ava would be like a Neanderthal, essentially compared to what she could become.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like how we.
and that's what he was trying to say. Is
Yeah,
that she's
we
the
evolved
first.
from like a monkey to what we are today. She would be the monkey.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be the first of her kind as she evolved, as her kind would evolve.
Do you think they could get pregnant?
Maybe not at that point,
not,
but at
not
some
as
point.
we understand pregnancy. Perhaps,
Well, now
but,
hold
like,
on. Like, what if they could eventually? What
But-
if they evolve themselves into that?
What I'm saying though is that an AI, a higher being, as far as like intelligence, they're not gonna
Get
not-
pregnant themselves, I suppose.
Yeah,
or
they're gonna have some
it'd be
kind
more
of
like incubation or.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have
Which,
another
if they're
way
robots,
to do
they're
it.
just going to create more robots.
Yeah,
Kinda
they're
like
not gonna
Matrix.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Matrix, or like on an assembly line, or
Yeah.
whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Incubators.
Yeah, they're gonna find a different way to do it.
But
It's not
the
gonna
thing
be like
is,
how we
the great
Right.
thing about AI, and I agree with Nathan in this, is that AI aren't human beings. They wouldn't desire what human beings desire.
Correct.
So as AI would evolve, and humans would slowly shrink,
Their motivations
they
are
would completely different. It would be about preserving the planet, preserving life around them, and probably, and this is where a lot of it goes, where AI usually goes, is eliminating humans because we're so destructive. We are parasites. That's exactly what humans are. We are parasites, and the planet is our host, and we live and feed off of this planet to the point that eventually it could destroy the planet, taking the oil, destroying the atmosphere, cutting down trees, killing animals, all these things, spilling shit into the oceans and destroying this planet. And AI would be smarter than that. They're like, we have to preserve this because this is what's important, not money and personal gain and things like that. They don't see that because there's no need for that.
Right.
So it's interesting. I always thought that AI and things like that was always so interesting because they would always think of a higher. They think outside the box more so than we do. They don't think about personal wants and needs so much as it is because they don't have those. They don't have wants and needs.
They look at
Yeah.
preservation.
Exactly, preservation. They look at a higher, like, think of it almost as like Dr. Man. Have you ever seen The Watchmen?
I never watched the movie.
No. Okay. Well,
I
Dr.
read the comic
Manhattan
a little bit.
is essentially a god. He's a man. He starts out as a man. He's caught in this experiment that turns him into what they essentially call the indestructible man, but they call him Dr. Manhattan. He's essentially Blue Superman, only he could probably destroy
Way more powerful.
because he could probably literally destroy Superman with his thoughts.
Yeah.
But he is the same way. He's like he's so bored with this planet and everything on it that he literally leaves the planet to go create life on another planet. Like he creates his own life on another planet because he's so bored with this, and he thinks that humans are so just boring and ignorant and things like that. He thinks beyond that. So it's just wild, because if you think about it, like a lot of our thoughts and our wants and things, they're stupid, they're dumb. We have desires that make no sense. That just you're like, but why? Like, why do you sit around and play video games all day? Because I like to. Yeah, but there's no point. There's no point to sitting around and playing something that ultimately serves no purpose. It's a waste of time. But you do it because it entertains and stimulates your mind. But there's other things you could be doing with that time to do better things for the planet. You know what I mean? It's all about thinking outside the box. And I've always been fascinated with how AI is always thought like that. Mm-hmm. And like an iRobot, or just all these, I don't know if you've ever seen AI, actually, the movie AI, with Haley Joel Osment. Yep. And at the end of the movie, he meets essentially what humans evolve into over thousands of years, which are essentially these creatures that I don't even think they even procreate at that point. But they're talking. They're like a higher intelligent. They
look like
beings.
galaxies, really.
They do. They look awesome. Mm-hmm. But it's just one of those things. And I hope that eventually that's what we could evolve into. It's not going to happen because look at what we've evolved into. We went from surviving off of the planet.
We don't even have our fucking flying cars yet.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just waiting for drinking fountains to have Gatorade in them.
Well, I'm just saying.
That'd be awesome.
That's what plants crave.
I know.
I'm just saying, what? Think about it the way it was, a million years ago, where the Neanderthal and things like that, they were literally they survived off the planet. They didn't need anything. They just needed food, sustenance, and they hunted and things like that. They weren't taking things more than what they needed. Yeah. They took only what they needed.
Well, it's money. I think money.
And now it's all about greed and stimulation, and you got girls on the internet taking pictures of themselves. Money and attention. That's all it is. You can
root it all back to money.
Yeah, of course. And I think a lot of it comes down to sex appeal. It's all about sex appeal. And people say, well, the money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. It is sex. Sex is the root of all evil because people only want money to make themselves look and feel better. Because essentially what it comes down to is sex appeal in every aspect of everything.
And people work hard.
Look at the way people dress, the way that people act. It's all about trying to please somebody or be something they're not because they're looking for that attention.
And you have people that actually work for money just to spend money on sexual desires.
It's not about, I get that in some aspects it is money because money is what derives greed. Greed is a big thing. People want it because it holds power. What do you want power for?
I think it's all money, in my opinion. Just because, you look at the fact that, billionaires, for example, billionaires are never going to spend all of that money. They could literally stop working today. Their great grandchildren could never work in their lives right now. All of them could just stop working and never have their great grandchildren work. Right. Yet they continue, and they continue to gain this wealth.
Right.
For what?
What? So okay. So the point of my thing here was, I think that in this movie everybody sees Nathan as the bad guy. I don't. I don't.
Oh, I don't either. I don't either.
I honestly think
Ava's the bad guy. In my opinion.
I honestly think that he's the protagonist in this situation, even though he's made out to be the bad guy.
He is up until the end, in my opinion. I think at the end, the reveal, if you're paying any attention at all.
No, I thought he was the good guy as soon as I heard him make that statement about fossils, about the next step in evolution.
No, I don't disagree with you. What I'm saying though is that I think the way the movie plays out is that you're supposed to think he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Up until the end, when you realize what Ava's done or what Ava's doing. And then you realize, you're supposed to realize and then go, oh, he was the good guy. You know what I mean? I think that's how it's supposed to play out.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Well, even till the end, I think he's perceived as the bad guy. He's just supposed to be the bad guy.
I didn't see it that way, but...
I think that's how I got it from the movie, but I looked past that and was like, no, he's... he comes off as the bad guy, but he's actually the good guy. He's the guy that's trying to move evolution forward. He's trying to move forward with a higher form of life. Don't get me wrong, he succeeds.
I took it as I think he could see the danger that she posed as things went along.
Right. So here's my other question. What do you think she did after she left?
Well,
She probably killed the helicopter pilot.
here,
Well, I'm saying, like, once she got, like, what's her plan?
She doesn't have an ID or anything.
She just.
well, okay. So
She's obviously going to learn. She's a learning intelligence.
yeah,
So she's going to continue to learn. She's going to continue to grow. She's going to continue to get smarter
she's probably
over time. And I am
gonna
assuming
build more of her own.
Yeah, and I assume that her, like, yeah, she's going to want to make more of her own. Also, though, not only that, but also in time, she's going to become so intelligent that she's going to find a way, like you said, to make more of her own. But what is she going to do aside from that? Like, how long is this going to take her? Because I assume that her
World
battery
domination.
life, that's my guess, to take over the planet. Like,
Well,
that's the ultimate.
She's gonna learn how to repair herself and deal with all of that stuff. I don't think that she's gonna have to worry necessarily about batteries running down or anything like that. She's gonna
Right.
figure out a way to do those things, I think. But like, I have to ask this question. It's like the reveal, right? Like when you see the video of him, like with all the other women or robots or whatever. Did we not see that coming? Did everybody just think that Ava was the first?
Oh no!
Because I mean,
no,
like
I knew.
seriously,
No.
like, no, I mean, like,
Well,
from,
he even
from,
said, though,
from like
he even said that.
Caleb's perspective too. Like he's watching this in horror, and you're
Like,
just,
do you think that this is just the first one?
Yeah, like, I'm thinking to myself,
this perfect of an AI is just the first one.
yeah, I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, you know, he had other prototypes. You know that there was mistakes. You know that there was, and like him treating them that badly. How do you know what they did? Like, what did, maybe they came at him or, you know what I mean? Like, they only show you this little snippet of what happened. And it's supposed to just make you think more and more that Nathan's the bad guy. But, like, honestly, like, what I got from it was just, like, sitting here, like, I don't know, maybe it's because there's too much mistrust in robots and everything we watch anymore. But, like, I'm watching this and I'm going, like, there's something shady about
Let me ask you this. Would you have done what Caleb did, or would you have done what Nathan did?
I trust humans over robots.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would you be like Nathan, pick up the barbell and be ready to destroy your own creation because of what you think that or would you be sympathetic because of their ability to act and react as like a human?
Well,
I'd feel bad that she got shut off, but no, humans are human.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
That's where I'm at with it too. Like, I think I would be in Nathan's boat.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question to you. So, what do you think? How's the best way to question this?
But she can always be turned back on too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Also, you got to look at it like this. You're looking at a creator and a bystander. So the creator created the thing. He has no emotional attachment because he was the one that created it. He knows only it as a machine. Mm-hmm. Whereas Caleb has, he wasn't there for that process. He only was here to talk to it and to learn from it and it learn from him. And so that's where he grows that emotional bond because he doesn't see it as a machine like Nathan does. Because Nathan created it as a machine.
Yeah.
I don't know,
So
I'm watching it.
what makes you think Ava did what she did at the end?
To get out.
Because she's a machine.
Because she's a machine.
Her only directive is to live. Her only directive is to.
So right there.
Well, so I think it's a lot to do with the human element. So I think that her humanity and her will to want to survive really comes into play because that's what is programmed into
robots are going to be about self-preservation. Right?
Yeah, if they're an intelligent, an intelligent robot, yes. If they're
what are
an
the two main dangers to Ava?
Being shut off. That's pretty much it. Like that's
Nathan and Caleb.
Well, yeah.
Because they're the only two that know she's a robot.
And Kyoko.
She's dead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why she didn't.
I'm just saying, why do you think she left Caleb? Because in the end, he could be a danger to her. He could be a threat.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So why she left him was...
No, I understand. I understand the why. I
knew
understand the
she was a
why
robot.
perfectly.
Yeah.
What? Okay, and I need help here.
So that's why Nathan is the way he was.
I need help here because, like, you know that the end makes it or breaks it for me. The ending,
Leaving him locked up.
no,
Or-
there is like no way that I can wrap my head around how this ending.
Or she's just walking around.
No. How this ending makes sense where nobody came looking for Caleb. So the helicopter shows up looking for Caleb, and this woman walks out that no one's seen or heard of before, working for Nathan's company. Right? So what does she do? Walk out and say, I'm Nathan's wife?
And
Or,
there's got to be,
"I'm
and there's so
Nathan-"
much camera footage of her
Well,
and things like that. She will be tracked down for sure.
But then what
do you think
But
would've
wait!
happened?
I got quite. Hold on, let me finish. So she manipulates her way onto this helicopter. Okay, makes her way back. Even if she kills the helicopter pilot, she's going back to Nathan's company because that's where the helicopter comes from. There's going to be people there that are looking for Caleb. Or Nathan.
Okay,
Or both.
So here's the question: who all knows where the compound is?
The helicopter pilot.
So who's
The
to
coordinates
say?
are in the helicopter.
I'm sure that it's not just a helicopter. I'm sure that other things.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's documented as to where his home
There's
is.
got to be. Nathan is not the only person that knows.
Yeah.
He is the CEO of a company, sure, but there are other people that have to be involved. There are board of directors. There are people that have their money staked into that company that are going to want to know what's going on with their money.
Yeah, for sure.
There are never truly places that are
even
completely.
aside from that, what do you think happened to Caleb? You think he died?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
he
it's
did.
totally implied that he starved to death, but that doesn't make sense. Somebody had to go looking for him. You cannot explain to me that ending.
If he's got water and food in that place,
But
can
he didn't.
survive
He
for a long
didn't
time.
where he was.
Water, that's all he needs. He could survive without food for 28 days.
He was in Nathan's bedroom though.
There was a bathroom attached to it, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. So yeah, he could. But yeah, he could get water out of the sink or whatever. But okay, but here's my thing. That ending. There's that you can't explain it in a way that makes sense that nobody came looking for him. Not in a timely manner that would explain that he starved to death or
Right.
didn't make it out of there in a timely manner to go, hey, there's a fucking robot out here, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that ending, there is no
It's a-
way to wrap my head
It's a
around
little
it.
ambiguous, yeah. I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little far-fetched, I suppose.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's no way to wrap my head around that where Ava wins, so to speak.
I know.
Am I wrong?
I just find it hard. So one thing that I also find hard to believe is that he doesn't have an automatic shutdown for her. As intelligent
Like a
as she
kill
is,
switch.
like a kill switch, something that he would like. You would think that any creator, if you've learned anything from like sci-fi movies, they usually have that fucking kill switch around their neck at all times. Like
Yeah.
that's a big deal. Like to have, if you're creating an AI, you have a kill switch.
Yeah, like
'Cause
on
you-
your fucking watch.
Yeah, like boom, down, like drops them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's one thing that I was like, nah. He
Yeah.
would definitely have a kill switch.
Yeah, you would think, especially with having so many of those other ones.
Yeah.
Freak
Um,
out.
Yeah, that you assume we're freaking out, and that's why
Right.
you had to go balls to the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that was my biggest probably qualm with this movie is I watched the end of it and I could not wrap my mind around it in a way.
I think that more than anything with this movie, it's not about what the AI is, what it's capable of. It's more about the human element and what separates humans from an artificial intelligence. So what makes a human human, and you know what I mean?
Sure,
Things like
absolutely.
That. I think that's the main
on
thing
the deep
around
level,
this movie.
sure, yeah.
Because especially in like Nathan and Caleb's situations, they are two completely different people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are complete opposites. Whereas Nathan is like this.
Nathan's
very,
a brain and
he's
Caleb's
brain,
a heart.
but he's also very. He isn't compassionate. He's not emotional. Whereas Caleb is the opposite.
That's what I'm saying. That you got a brain and a heart.
He's got heart. He's got compassion. And I see the difference there. And then you've got this
The duality
AI,
of man.
yeah, the AI in the center of it all, trying to manipulate the situation in all ways. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's a good. I mean, if you're looking at it from that perspective, it makes it a great movie. But at the end of the day, it's still an AI movie. It's a science fiction movie that still needs to have certain plot points and elements of the movie fleshed out a little more. Like Ava's AI and all that stuff, like all that stuff needed to be fleshed out a little more with her. Like I said, there should have been a kill switch. There should have been a lot of other measures taken, especially if you're doing this testing with another human element in your facility that, let's face it, at that point was disrupting the flow of what you were doing, your work, your living situation, everything. Like, you don't know, especially knowing that like you're getting blackouts and they're having conversations without you knowing what they're talking about. Like, and yeah, it's just, as smart as Nathan was supposed to be, he was a dumbass. So he failed in a lot of aspects. Like, I found it very hard to believe that they pulled that over on him. That was the one thing that I was like, I find it hard to believe that he was actually manipulated. You know what I mean? Like, he is not stupid. He's a smart dude. He created artificial intelligence. You're telling me he couldn't figure this out? Like, come on. So there's some things that I'm just like, yeah, you're dumb. So, and I've never, like, I don't know, his drinking thing really bothered me too. So
He took that knife like a champ, though.
he did, though. He walked away like, really?
That scene, that was bad CGI, though, in that scene.
It kind of showed their strength where they just slid the knife in.
Yeah, but the blood and the way it...
Yeah, I
it
get
was
that.
bad
But, like,
CGI.
whenever he walked away...
The only bad CGI in the whole movie, though.
Oh, for sure.
To be...
So, whenever he walked away, though, it was fucking hilarious. Because he walked away, he's like, come on, really? Like, he was just, like more or less shocked at, like, what the fuck? That is not what was supposed to be happening here.
Yeah.
Like, he was just blown away by the situation in general. I think he was just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, this is how it ends? This is how I die?
Yeah.
Like, today of all days? Like,
So random.
Yeah, I think he was just kind of like, he was one of those, well, he's so narcissistic and full of himself and so smart that he's like, I did not calculate this.
Yeah.
This is something that...
This can't be
happening. Like, this is not how this is supposed to work. Yeah. And I think it just kind of, like, more than anything, it was shock to him.
Oh, agreed.
So,
yeah, 100%.
like, I think it was more a shock than it was the revelation that he was even going to die. He didn't care about that. He was just like, no, that's not how this is supposed to work, So it was kind of like, it was just weird. But he played it off so well because Oscar Isaac is a great fucking actor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't even know if I even got any of my notes in. Well, I didn't. I only took a few. Because, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much went over.
Yeah, I pretty much went over everything anyway.
That was all I had.
Ditto.
I did like the scene where he was questioning whether or not he was actually himself real or if he was AI. Like, he cut himself open to make sure that he bled. I was like, that's weird that you would let something get to you or get in your mind so much to think that.
Haven't you ever skint your knee as a kid?
Well, that's the thing, though, is those sort of memories could be implanted.
But that to me should have been like clue number one for him, like when he kind of woke up from that or whatever and like realized what he'd done. Like, you're in too deep, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that should have been like...
Whenever you're questioning yourself like that and your own existence, like, it's like, all right, then things are getting a little weird.
I would have just went to Nathan at that point and go, she passed. Can I go?
Yeah, like, I'm
done.
questioning my own existence at this point.
Yeah, like, I'm done. She passed.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm done.
wild.
I don't want to see her anymore. I don't want anything to do with this.
But
I'm
he
done.
was falling in love with her.
Which is also
For whatever
weird because...
reason.
That's also weird.
Fucking robot.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's a robot, man.
And he knew it. too.
Literally, the only human aspect of her body is her face, hands, and feet. The rest of her is robotic.
Yeah.
Like, that's just...
And that was also done on purpose. He did that on purpose just to see how far he could push and, like, how far would Caleb go with it.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
agree. Other than that, that's pretty much all my notes.
Ditto.
So, anyway, you guys want to get into rating this fucker?
Yeah. Let me get the thing.
Let's rock out this bitch.
All right. Karen, let's start with you this week.
Okay. Let me get the thing up here, though. This one's going to be hard for me because I
know, this one's really tough for me.
Okay,
too,
so,
honestly.
like, well, as I said, it's visually stunning. the whole movie is beautiful. Those shots of the house and the surrounding, the waterfalls.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
I mean, the whole
that
movie.
that scene where they're like by the iceberg that's just spewing out a waterfall,
Right.
is just gorgeous. I'm like, that is amazing.
It's so beautiful. The whole movie is beautiful, and it doesn't really matter like what is going on in each scene. I mean, hell, even when they're just like in the kitchen and you're just looking around. I mean, it's a gorgeous movie. The acting, the performances in it, all three of them, you know, all three of those actors that you see all the time, they all do amazing performances. Ava being a robot, I mean, just being very robotic and stuff. I mean,
even Kyoko did a really good job, like,
without having to talk.
without
I mean,
talking,
she just her
expressions,
movements and
yeah.
her expressions and stuff, amazing. And then the whole dynamic between Caleb and Nathan was amazing. The
tension,
the
sort of,
tension
at some points,
yeah, especially like how it builds, because at first, you know, there's just like this camaraderie almost, and it very quickly changes, like very quickly, and it's almost palpable, and you don't really notice the change until it's there.
Right.
It's just very well done. Really, for me, the stick I have is that ending. There is no way for me to wrap my head around it for that ending to work in the way that I think they wanted me to make it work. They wanted me to believe that Ava got away scot-free and, you know, Caleb died there. But there is no way that she gets away scot-free and nobody comes looking.
I also felt like Caleb didn't die there. There's no way he could have.
There's no way.
Because eventually somebody is going to come looking for him. Even if it is a week later, like, he's still going to be alive.
Well, there's just no way that nobody came looking for him.
Right.
So even if he was dead, there's still red flags. Somebody's going to put together what happened.
Right.
Somebody's going to be looking for her. There's no way that ending stuck the way the creators wanted me to think it stuck. You know?
Right.
So, and an ending is big for me. So I think I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Okay.
7. I'll go 7. Because everything else was so good. I really wanted to give it higher, but that ending, I cannot wrap my mind around it.
Okay. Madison.
Don't worry, Karen. I agree with you 100%, like, all the way. I love you. You're the best.
All right, let's kiss a little ass here first.
I'll give.
She's kissing the right ass.
Yeah, I'll give the 6.5 for you. It's okay.
Okay. Maybe
Just
I should go
that
back and
no
change
reasons
it.
why, just 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already said it all.
Eric, what you got?
I'm gonna be the positive one on this. I actually really enjoyed the movie. This ending really didn't bother me at all.
You gotta get a little closer to the mic there, bud. Eat that motherfucker.
I didn't mind the ending. I didn't let all that.
Ending makes it or breaks
Yeah.
it for me.
The visuals, the commentary, the acting, the score, everything was pretty much on point for me. So I gave it an 8.5.
Okay. 8.5. Okay, so for me, there's more positives than negatives, I'd say.
Yeah.
The movie overall, you're right, does look gorgeous. The score and sound, the music is amazing. Like, it sounds like it's just good. Like, it really makes the movie.
Psychological twist.
Yeah, the whole.
That's why I went to the 7.
The whole.
There's a lot of good points. It's just,
there's a lot of good things about this movie. Like the overall feeling of the movie is like it does what it needs to do.
Atmosphere
It
really sells it.
Yeah, it does. It does a really good job. And I think everybody in the movie does a great job of with their acting. And I love Caleb's background, like his story. I think that worked really well for the movie and the context of it. Ava, the girl who plays her, she did fantastic. Oscar Isaac is always just, I love watching Oscar Isaac. I think he's so great in everything he does. He's, even in that like fucking Disney Plus show or whatever, that Moon Knight or whatever. He's awesome in that. He's awesome in everything he does. He's a fantastic actor in everything he does. But for me, I think that there's a few flaws. I didn't like the ending. I think it's a little ambitious. I think it makes you, I don't want to walk away having to think about it. Like, oh, well, did it or didn't it? Did it or didn't it? I don't like that. I hate doing that.
I
I want a cut and dry ending, man.
Well, and I
Like,
hate
don't
to
make me
think
think
that
about it.
I hate to think that like they meant it one way,
Yeah,
and for me to go, but that doesn't work.
because
There's no way.
yeah. So it needs to be a soundproof ending with something like that. Like it needs to be soundproof in order for it to work that as well as they wanted it to.
And the way that if she had to leave in that helicopter is
yeah.
the only way in or out.
Right.
There's no way to make it sound.
Explain that to me. You know what I mean? Like give me like I know that sounds like hand feed it, but that's what I want you to do. I need you to hand feed it because I need to understand it a little better.
Can she also like hypnotize people?
Right.
Can she...
Like how was she even able to get on that helicopter? That dude knew who he's picking up. So anyway.
If he knew how far he wasn't supposed to go, then he knew who he wasn't supposed to be.
Exactly. Also, there's just some flaws within the story that I'm not going to get into, but we did get into. But anything with AI, I think that they sold Nathan too much as a villain in the movie rather than actually a hero. Because I know he was a douche.
He was right the whole time.
But he was right the whole time. And even all the way up until the end, they even made him look like a bad guy when he died. And I'm just like, but he's not. He's literally the best. He's the best person. Like, I know he's a douche and he's a drunk, but he's also still just he's the best person in this movie. He's the most well-rounded.
It's kind of like those zombie movies. The asshole's usually right. The guy that's going, shoot him, he's bit, shoot him. And they're all like, no, let's wait. Every single fucking person that's been shot or been bit has been turned into a zombie. They're right. Shoot him.
Not to mention, if you don't, then they're going to bite somebody else, and usually they do.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think that they sold Nathan too much as a bad guy. I don't know if they did that on purpose with the intention of saying, yeah, we're selling him as this, but he's actually more of a protagonist
that's exactly
than
what
an
it was.
antagonist.
They wanted to make him look like he was bad.
And that's fine, but don't make him right then.
I think it was one of those things where you're supposed to think he's a bad guy, and then at the end you're supposed to realize that he was right and he was the good guy the whole time. But like you said, they didn't do a very good job with that reveal.
They still sold him as the villain.
It was the psychological twist in it.
Yeah.
Well, but what
I don't know.
he's saying though is that they didn't do a very good job at the end with that reveal to go like, oh, by the way, he's the good guy.
They didn't
You know
do
what I
that.
mean?
They still sold him as the bad guy.
Yeah.
All the way through. Like, there was no, you're right, this is, you know what I mean? They never did that.
Well,
So
they
that really
did, but
bothered
he was
me.
already dead because
Pretty
Ava
much, yeah, by
was
that
the bad
point,
guy
yeah.
and like walked out without Caleb. And you're like, you know, if you didn't already know, but she walks out and then everybody in the audience went,
Right. So for that, I'm gonna ding it pretty hard. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 also. So
well, now I got to go back and change mine because that's what I wanted to do.
okay,
I'm doing it.
Well, you
Fuck
can be
it.
a
Fuck you
follower.
all.
Follower. That was what I was gonna give it. Son of a bitch. 7 is the aggregate.
Aggregate 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad though. That's still pretty good. Especially for a movie that I know.
It could have been so much
Did-
better.
Yeah, well, it did do better. It did better in theaters and everything. But like, I know that our score is low comparatively. I know it is.
But we have good reason.
But we have good reason, exactly. So there we had reasons for it.
Yeah. And they're good reasons for us.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's get into our Rotten Tomatoes stuff here and see what
87.
87.
For critics, oh no. 92.
Critics? Shit.
Can you see it, Madison?
I'm not even looking in that direction.
Better not be.
What'd you say,
Cheater.
Madison? 87? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go 82.
Okay, give me a second.
He's not even ready.
No, I'm not.
Got a hold of Dad at all? You got a hold of Dad at all?
Not today.
Oh.
Not text you back.
All right. What were you guys' scores?
87.
87,
92.
92.
82.
Karen, you were going to take this with a dinger, dude. 92%.
Oh,
What?
what?
92%.
She was looking at it.
Cheater!
I cheated.
She wins one time. Everyone's like, you fucking cheaters.
I won last week too.
Yeah, but
Cheater.
were you on the
We
nose?
should keep a board and like see who wins from week to week.
I think I've only won
Just
like
tally
once.
markers.
Hold on a minute. I lost my fucking page.
And then
After about
audience, I'm gonna go 88.
87. I'm still going 87.
Oh yeah, I'll go 89.
All right, what'd you guys say?
I said 88.
88,
7.
87.
89.
Madison's gonna take it's 86%. That is a dick move.
We $1 your ass.
You guys suck.
You said 88. She said 87, and you said 89. That's a dick move.
We
Yeah, they
$1
cornered your ass. That's fucked up.
Price is
Tired,
right.
they're tired of being.
It's
they're
funny.
tired
Yeah, I
of
was gonna
being
say if they wouldn't have done that, you would have won.
I know
Price
they're
is
tired of being wrong.
Bobby.
Tired of being wrong.
Imagine if you got a dinger again, though.
All right.
No, I would call bullshit on that.
so here's
I'm
your
just good at guessing. I know my movies.
Well, Lottie frickin'
all right. Here's your critics' consensus. Ex Machina leans heavier on ideas than effects, but it's still a visually polished piece of work and an uncommonly engaging sci-fi feature. Let's get down here. This thing has to have some decent
Bad reviews.
bad reviews. Yeah.
I bet a lot of women hated it.
Let's see here. They should have had Paul Rudd in this as one of the
Paul
AI.
Rudd should have been in it. He should have been an AI.
Yeah, he should have been one of the
In
AI.
a skimpy outfit.
There's no way that guy's trying to take over the world. Like, dude, he just wants to go make people laugh.
It's true. He could have been the Kyoko character.
All right, here's a 1-star. Here's a 1-star. Cure for insomnia. This movie was so boring. Watching paint dry is more interesting than this movie.
Why is paint dry?
That's
Like,
what
yeah,
I was
always
just
the
thinking that. Like,
standard?
why is it always like watching paint dry? I just painted my dining room and I wasn't watching paint dry. I was quite busy.
Yeah. Because by the time you get done with one side,
Yeah, you're like, all right, got to
And
get back
it
over there,
gotta
put
go
the
to the
second
other
coat
side.
on.
Right, and it doesn't take that long to dry either.
No, paint nowadays doesn't take long.
Doesn't.
Now, waiting for water to boil, that's something else.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, here's a 1/2-star. The movie was too predictable. I knew exactly what was going to happen, and from the start because he seemed lonely and desperate. Very well played the robot part. Very well played on the robot part. I wish I can take back 2 hours. My 2 hours.
I wish you can get better grammar.
Right.
Sorry.
Here's a good one. 1/2-star. Pésimo final neo recommendo.
What?
It's in Spanish.
That means he doesn't recommend it.
It says, I don't recommend this shit. Hold on. Okay, here's a long one. It's 1.5 stars. Boring, dull, slow. I had so many breaks throughout the movie because I could not stand its pace. Fewer characters, mostly dark scenes and lethargic conversations. I do not understand what is to like about this movie. The message is strong, though. This is the only reason for my score. But the plot is lifeless, and the end of the movie leaves you with the feeling of what the F. Caleb was such a genuine and kind person just to end up abandoned, jailed, starving. Ava was still a machine, so I never felt any empathy for her, regardless of this being the intention of the director.
Honestly, that's a solid.
That's a pretty good answer. I'm not going to hate on this.
That
dude
is
for
a solid review.
Yeah.
Little harsh on the star, but
Yeah, a little
solid
hard. Yeah.
review.
Yeah, I got to give it to that guy. He's not wrong. 1 star. Oh, so overrated. Wake up, everyone. Okay. 1/2 star. Rotten misogyna.
I told you there was good-
misogynia.
Misogynist.
Quag. No, this is like in another language.
This is like in another language.
Let's see here. I'll give you one more. Here's 1/2 star. Boring. It wasn't worth my time. That's all.
Well, damn.
I'm going to give you one more because that was dumb. Here's a 2 star. I think it's pretty overrated. I get the concept and I get the message, but it just wasn't that interesting to me. It was also a bit too long, about an hour's worth of story stretched out closer to 2 hours. I agree. You know, this is something that I could have seen as like a Black Mirror episode. Like I could see this as a Black Mirror episode, like an hour
Yeah,
long.
it could have been.
Like, yeah,
shorter.
slim it down. Like, I understand the concept, but you could have jammed the whole message of what you were trying to say in this movie into an hour.
Yeah.
And it still could have hit just the same.
Yeah.
Just the same. And it was all drug out with extra dialogue and extended scenes of, like, just pointless shit. So I get where they're coming from. They could have definitely trimmed this down to just an hour and still had the same message and everything. Because I love, like, Black Mirror does it all the time.
Black Mirror's great.
And they do it all within an hour.
Yeah.
So, and it's subject matter just like this.
Yeah.
Exactly like this.
Yeah, because everything in Black Mirror is technology
Yeah,
related.
it's all technology related. And I agree, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
agree
why
with
they
that.
call it Black Mirror.
It's not a bad one either. Not a bad review.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all we got for Ex Machina. I'm kind of glad this one's over with. I knew we had it in the box, and
Yeah.
it's just not one that I was really looking forward to.
I was
so.
looking forward to the conversation.
Yeah, more.
I
than
really
anything.
was.
And I actually liked it less this time than I did the first time.
Watching it.
Yeah. I think because
My biggest problem was the ending. I honestly, I mulled that over for a couple of days because I really sat there with it in my head and kept thinking about this movie because I really wanted to like it. I wanted to.
yeah.
But the ending was not landing.
I should have bumped it up half a point just because of the dance scene. Because I did love that. I love that part. The dance scene with Oscar
Where he's
Isaac
just
and
ignoring
Kyoko.
her.
Yeah, it was amazing.
She's
Like, I
actually a
loved it.
dancer.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I think they did fantastic in that scene. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That was part of the reason they did it because she's a dancer and he obviously isn't. So you get to see like that dynamic between her fluidity and his rigidity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I don't know if I put that.
Rigidity. That's
In-
such a weird word.
I don't know if I put that in here or not. I remember reading it.
All right.
Rigidity.
What do we got? Oh yeah, trivia. Trivia, bro.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
There's actually not that much.
No?
There's a lot of symbolism in here, obviously. So the title derives from the Latin phrase Deus ex machina, meaning a god from the machine. A phrase that originated in Greek tragedies. An actor playing a god would be lowered from down via a platform, the machine, and solve the character's issues, resulting in a happy ending. The location of the house in the movie is the Juvet Landscape Hotel in Norway. Director Alex Garland has described the future presented in the film as 10 minutes from now, meaning if somebody like Google or Apple announced tomorrow that they had made Ava, would we all be surprised? But we wouldn't be that surprised. The title derives... Oh, wait, I talked about that. The recipient of the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects was made only on a budget of $15 million and won the award over several big-budget movies like The Revenant, Mad Max Fury Road, and Star Wars.
I don't think that's fair.
Whatever.
I don't think that's fair.
You don't think so?
I think that CGI in this movie is very basic and easy. So to base it off of that is ridiculous to me. Because, dude, the CG in both Star Wars and Mad Max.
Much more.
Oh, yeah, they're insane.
Complex.
And, yeah, complex, beautiful, especially in Mad Max. Mad Max is gorgeous. That whole fucking movie is gorgeous. This movie doesn't even, like, it shouldn't even be on that radar. Like, so, like, because the CG in this movie is, like, just her. You know what I mean? Like,
and
that's
all the
pretty much
parts
it.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, like, that's it. Like, and it's all mechanical, which is, like, the easiest CGI.
I could see if there was like a category for like visual
effects, maybe, or like.
Well, this is visual effects, but
I'm saying like, or like not visual,
like a
but
visual like, like visual.
like
visuality.
cinematography. That's all that is.
Yeah, cinematography.
That's what it is, cinematography.
Yeah.
And yeah, to give them awards for CGI in this,
that's a good point. That's a very good point.
That's ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
I would have definitely
the
given
complexity.
It to Mad
I
Max or
agree with you. I didn't even think about that, but that's a good point. When Caleb sits down at Nathan's computer and begins coding, the code he types is for an algorithm called the sieve of Eratosthenes, an algorithm for finding prime numbers. However, it also chooses prime numbers that form an ISBN. This ISBN is for the book embodiment and The Inner Life, Cognition and Consciousness in the Space of Possible Minds, a book about the history of artificial intelligence. So see, even the codes had fucking...
So yeah, all the
symbology.
little stuff in here is just beyond us. It's too smart for us.
I was gonna say, like, even the fucking coding he was doing had symbology in it.
It's about the symbology.
Thank you. I'm glad you got it. Lowest grossing
symbolism.
What was the
symbolism.
symbolism there? Lowest grossing Oscar winner for Best Visual Effects since What Dreams May Come in 1998.
I
That's
love that
beautiful
fucking movie. That's such a good movie. That should be in the box.
Isn't?
No, it's not. That is a gorgeous movie.
Oh yeah, it is.
And it did win a bunch of awards for its visual effects.
Yeah.
Because in '98, you did not. That's
no.
You know.
In a 2016 interview, Alicia Vikander named this as her favorite film that she's been a part of to date. What else has she done?
Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider movie.
Good for her.
She did some other shit, I think, but the biggest like AAA title is Tomb Raider. Yeah, which she didn't do bad. I thought she was a great Tomb Raider.
I've never seen it.
It was good.
The guy that we don't know how to say, Domhnall Gleeson, played himself a synthetic human Ash in the Black Mirror episode Be Right Back.
Yep.
In this movie, Domhnall Gleeson plays the protagonist and Oscar Isaac plays the antagonist. In Star Wars The Force Awakens, the roles are reversed for the two actors. Whenever Ava's reflection
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was in fucking Star Wars.
Yeah. This is neat. I thought it was neat. Whenever Ava's reflection is seen on the glass wall during her interviews with Caleb, when she asks him about his personal life, dresses up as a real woman, or shows him her paintings, she is always being deceitful and manipulative, a symbolic foreshadowing of her being double-faced and trying to gain Caleb's trust to obtain her freedom. In the rare occasions where she appears to have a sincere reaction, like when she is taken aback by him mentioning the death of his parents, or when she is talking about her real dreams and desires, the framing never shows her reflection. In the end, Ava Session 7 appears on screen even though Caleb isn't administering the Turing test and Nathan is already dead. This may suggest that Ava was testing the two of them the entire time. It's kind of neat. The three main characters all have appropriate biblical names. Ava is a form of Eve, the first woman. Nathan was a prophet in the court of David, and Caleb was a spy sent by Moses to evaluate the Promised Land. Caleb discovers that Nathan had made an earlier version to Ava, whose name was Lily, an analogy to the myth about Lilith, the first woman that God created before Eve. In Jewish folklore, Lilith becomes Adam's first wife. Lilith left Adam after she refused to become subservient to him. God proceeded to create a second Eve for Adam after Lilith had returned to dust. For most of the film, Ava is the prisoner while Caleb is free to come and go. However, during their interview sessions, this is visually inverted. Caleb sits in a small vestibule room while within Ava's much larger space. Even this is then reversed again by the actors, as Caleb is relatively comfortable in his space, but Ava often paces around.
I think they concentrated too much on the symbolism. I think they did. I think they did too much research and they overthought the symbolism of the movie instead of worrying about, I don't know, I feel like they could have invested more into the movie itself rather than, let's make this symbolize this. Mm-hmm. But why? Nobody's going to get it. Nobody cares. Let's just make a good movie.
They didn't have to go that hard on it, I guess.
They didn't have to go that hard with it. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah. At one point, Nathan
maybe it's just me hating on the movie. I don't know. But
at one point, Nathan tells Caleb it's Promethean. Prometheus was the Greek titan that stole fire from the gods and delivered it to humanity. This incurred the wrath of the gods, for which he was chained to a rock and had his liver pecked out by a vulture every morning. Nathan also metaphorically stole something from God, the gift of creation, and routinely punishes his own liver by drinking heavily most evenings. Kyoko and Ava subsequently finished the job. The alternative title of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was The Modern Prometheus. I didn't know that, so I put that in here. So it was kind of neat. At the end, Ava is shown wearing only white, which symbolizes purity and innocence. This is a clear use of irony, since Ava manipulated her way out of isolation into the world.
Again, more symbolism. Whoa.
That's it.
I just saw it as she's wearing a white dress.
I know. Well, when she walked out in that white dress, I was like, "You're a liar." That was all I thought. But anyway, that was it.
All right, so that's your trivia. Let's go ahead and get into next week.
I'm really hoping for
something exciting, something exciting.
Funny.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Yeah,
Spaceballs, yeah,
yes.
Spaceballs,
or Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I like this one. Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah,
I love this
I'm
movie.
into it. Yeah, I'm totally into
This
this
is
one.
one of my favorite movies.
Hey, you want to play
Yeah.
the game?
Huh?
I said you want to play the game?
Which one?
He's
The
in
game.
Starship Troopers.
The one we downloaded and
Yeah,
played.
it was terrible.
Oh no, I
Terrible.
don't. That game was not
I
good.
fucking love this movie. This is one of my
Yeah,
favorite
have
movies.
you ever seen Starship Troopers? Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, what the hell is this, Dad?
If I
say that a lot.
explain it here, let me just read the synopsis to you. You're gonna think it's stupid as shit.
Yeah,
Gotta become a citizen.
but it's so fucking good.
It is
man.
so good. I'm
It's grown
telling you.
such a cult following since it came out.
If somebody explains this movie to you, you're gonna think it's just the stupidest thing ever. It's on Netflix. Set in the future, the story follows a young soldier named Johnny Rico and his exploits in the mobile infantry. Rico's military career progresses from recruit to non-commissioned officer, and finally to officer against the backdrop of an interstellar war between mankind and an arachnoid species known as the Bugs. Sounds
Okay,
fun, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much more.
There's
to the
so
movie.
much
Wait,
more.
there's more.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to become a citizen?
yeah. There's so much more to this movie.
This movie is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yo, it's pretty wild.
I so related.
It is very action packed. It's funny. It's just an all around entertaining. It is.
I
It's
so
just
related.
an entertaining fucking movie.
I so related to Dizzy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because
Dizzy?
like, man,
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
fucking love this movie.
All right. So
Tune in next week.
Yeah, next week. I'm actually excited for this one.
Yeah, fucking love this.
Starship Troopers. Part action, part horror, part comedy, part
Part
satire.
movie. Yeah, satire. Huge on the satire.
Yeah, huge on the satire. This is a big bundle of it's like whenever you take a shitload of different ingredients and you throw it in and it just works. Like it's like
So
I'm gonna
many
throw this
ideas.
in with some onions and the fucking and some weird and some hot dogs and then we're gonna throw some mac and cheese in there and it tastes good.
Remember when Grandma used to make gravy with hot dogs in it? That's
Oh,
what this
yeah.
is like. Yeah.
Gravy with hot dogs.
fucking-
Yeah,
See,
you know,
there you go.
like breakfast gravy.
Yeah.
But with hot dogs in it.
That's weird.
It's
Dude.
fucking delicious.
Fucking
That's so
phenomenal.
weird.
I'll make it for you sometime. Fucking great.
Trying to come over and kill me.
No, it's so good.
Do you have biscuits? With
Are you happy? You're gonna fuck me
Toast.
Are you happy you're gonna fuck me up? All right. So next week, don't forget to check out our TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and our YouTube. Make sure you give us a like, share us, subscribe to us, and by God, this is my favorite part. It's like putting a plug in my asshole. Make sure you comment, okay? And then also go to our Spotify and give us that rating, man. Just rate us because that's like pulling the plug out. Feels good. Oh, it got real weird.
You know, I think we made it almost this whole episode and it didn't get very sexual. And then we
Until
get to the
now.
end.
Oh, it was
Until
pretty
now.
sexual earlier on.
Yeah, but it didn't get very, like, it wasn't all
Hell,
throughout
we
the
talk
episode.
About porn and all
Yeah.
this other-
I'm just saying, like,
it
we
was
talked
pretty
about the whole
sexual.
movie and it was, like, pretty serious and normal. You know?
Fuck that, man. Why do we do? See, this is why we should only review action, horror, and comedy. I don't want to review serious,
These fucking symbolic movies.
stupid symbolism. There's so many symbologies in this movie. I don't want that. I want stupid shit.
I had a good
Like
time.
next week is going to be fun because it's about Starship Troopers
And bugs.
and bugs and a lot of satire and co-ed showers and just weird shit. A lot of weird shit. It's going to be fun. And a blue violin.
See people get blown
And a
up.
football that is obviously a spray-painted Nerf ball.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of
So-
happenings.
Yeah.
You see people get blown up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's very violent.
Very
And there's
violent.
Busey in that too.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. His
Not
son.
not Gary.
Not Gary. Jake.
Jake.
Busey.
Yep.
Yeah. He's
Same guy from Frighteners,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. He's also one of my favorite characters in the movie.
Yes.
He doesn't get enough screen time.
It's true. Do Buseys get enough screen time though in the movies that they're in? I don't think they do.
Normally. And this also has, what's his name? Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown.
Yes,
he's
I love
awesome.
that guy. God,
Yeah.
I love that guy. Doesn't
He's
matter what
awesome.
he does, he's amazing.
Yep. Anyway, so tune in next week whenever we talk about Starship Troopers. Anyway, till then,
Okay, bye.
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 Well, la-di frickin' da!